Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice, and none of the information provided in this video should ever be taken as a signal to buy or to sell. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and drop me a comment. But first and foremost, we look at these crypto bubbles as usual, and as we're seeing a bit more red in the market, a slight capitulation, which is normal. But remember, I'm not here for the short-term action, but we can see Quant's rank is 68 with a $1.53 billion market cap. Price currently sitting, ranging around $127 with a 24-hour volume of $32 million. Currently down 0.1% in the hour, down 2.8% in the day, and up 2.3% in the week. And we move over to the spot exchanges. And as we notice, we dipped a little bit from yesterday, which is 236,000. The lowest I've seen as of yet is 235,000. So we are within range. It is dropping. I really like the sound of that. Now we move over to the news in hand. Really, really important. New partnership with the Digital Dollar Project has joined the Digital Pound Foundation as a strategic partner. And the announcement is here. And as we can see, we are pleased to announce that the Digital Dollar has joined the Digital Pound Foundation as a strategic partner. The Digital Dollar Project is a neutral non-profit forum focused on exploring digital innovation in money and preserving the role of the US dollar in a world of decentralized and centralized sovereign and non-sovereign digital currency networks. The Digital Dollar Project and the DPF will collaborate on areas of mutual interest and alignment across the two organizations, policy research and topic-specific working groups, as well as coordinating on joint educational and awareness initiatives such as podcasts, webinars, and other events. Plans are also in place for mutual collaboration between the DPF and the Digital Euro Association and the Digital Dollar Project for shared activities of a similar nature. The Digital Dollar Project firmly believes that the United States and other free societies must play leading roles in shaping the standards and norms of digital currency networks that today include central bank digital currencies, stablecoins, and other forms of private currency, said Jennifer Lassiter, Executive Director of the Digital Dollar Project. The partnership exemplifies a shared commitment towards international standard setting that is consistent with key norms, values, and the rule of law, and champions a digital landscape that rejects privacy, embraces democratic principle, and encourages interoperability. So this is really, really important. Now, I see this amazing tweet by Greg Lunt, seems to be back on the quant crusade, which is brilliant because we need more people like this. He says here the US dollar is the most powerful currency in the world has ever seen. And soon it won't just be digital, it will be built on top of quant technology. A quick story based on yesterday's news. And remember in 2020 when Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian was working with the Boston Fed on CBDCs. And Gilbert says here, good to be back at Boston Fed, where we had many Secure Payments Task Force meetings, securepaymenttaskforce.org. Great discussion today on our work with digital assets and CBDCs. Then, later that year, the Boston Fed launched Project Hamilton to work on technical solutions for CBDCs with MIT. And we can see here, project aims to understand the opportunities and limitations of possible technologies for CBDC. We also move down here. The MIT published a white paper with Quant called Implementing a CBDC. Our joint white paper, it says here, with MIT Connection Science, implementing a CBDC, the challenges and solutions, the need of security, privacy, and performance and openness, implementing the CBDC. Then we see here, and all along, Quant was working with MIT to develop SATP, the Secure Asset Transfer Protocol, the official internet protocol for digital asset interoperability via the IETF, the Internet Engineering Task Force. And you see here, Gilbert Verdian, today I was very pleased to hear the official approval of the Secure Asset Transfer Protocol, SATP, which we know hopefully is going to go out as of July 2024 this year. And we can see down here some serious ties to the Federal Reserve and global standards for digital money. Now looks at the UK real quick, and we see here, do you remember when Quant posted on LinkedIn that Overledger will solve interoperability for UK CBDC? And then a few months later, we're the founding member of the Digital Pound Foundation, and you can see that all here. And last summer, the Bank of International Settlements confirmed it was using Overledger to successfully build a CBDC with the Bank of England. And Gilbert said here, I'm incredibly proud to announce that Quant Network has been collaborating with the Bank of International Settlements. So yesterday, when the Digital Dollar Project announced its partnership with the Digital Pound Foundation, the direction the US is headed became even more clear. Whether they realize it yet or not, they'll be utilizing Overledger for interoperability. And as I just read a moment ago, the partnership exemplifies a shared commitment towards international standard setting. And we know who sets the standards when we think of ISO TC 307, the IETF, MIT, it all connects. We read here Greg Lunt saying interoperability is a one-size-fits-all solution and Overledger is the chosen one. Sleep on Quant at your risk. It's about to blow. Now, if we look at this is the psychology of the market. I believe we're currently in this accumulation phase. We're seeing this happen. It's slowly squeezing. And at some point, we may see maybe this, and then up we go. We could see it earlier. So we move into the disbelief phase. And then at some point, we move up into Quant's bull market. When that will happen, I don't know, but it's looking very, very nice. Then we move over to this, and it's very, very important. This is the DMI survey, which is the Digital Monetary Institute. Central banks digital currency intentions. We've got a momentum around central bank digital currency. Development is building steadily across the Digital Monetary Institute. Of the central banks that responded to a new survey, 41% expect to have launched a CBDC within 5 years. In the last year's survey, this was 36%. So it's growing. It's grown 5% since the last survey. The proportion of central banks who do not expect to launch a digital currency has fallen from 35% in 2022 to 19% this year. Adoption is the single biggest concern for central banks looking to launch a CBDC. That concern is much more pronounced in developed markets, with 67% of respondents picking it as their main concern, compared to 37% of emerging market respondents. However, only 18% of central banks said they are working with marketing and promotional advisors, with another 3% saying they intend to do so in the future. And we can see from this graph, more than 40% of central banks will have a CBDC within 5 years. When do you expect to issue a CBDC? Share of respondents' percentages. Now, quite a large number here within 3 to 5 years. This article was posted in 2024, so it's pretty recent. The central banks know they need help with some aspects of CBDC design. Many have already looked for help in areas like privacy and user experiences. But for other topics, including interoperability, which being the main one there, offline payments and cross-border connectivity, more are still intending to enlist third-party assistance. Offline payments, in particular, proving to be the most challenging aspects of CBDC design to deliver. The official sector has made it a priority to improve the cross-border payments market. Transaction costs and processing costs are tied as central banks' primary focus for improvement in our survey. Interoperability and regulatory compliance are the next on their list to address. Now, this is massive. We know who plays a massive role in interoperability and regulatory compliance. I feel like I want to throw my mic on the floor now. That is absolutely huge. This is where they're at. Now, if we move over to this wonderful post from Construction Trader ETH, trillions is coming. Patience is key. And this is a video from the DMI, the Digital Monetary Institution. So let's have a listen to this.
So this presentation will cover 3 topics, roughly matching the 3 chapters of the report. First, we detail who the different ecosystem players are. Second, we outline the benefits of a CBDC and what they offer society. And finally, we explore the practical considerations of building the ecosystem. So firstly, I'll start with a quick overview of the players in the CBDC ecosystem and the benefits of their participation. So the diagram shown here is a simplified summary of the CBDC ecosystem, its players and their interactions, roughly demonstrated by these interconnected lines. First, we have the central bank that will issue the CBDC while maintaining the integrity of the core ledger. Following clockwise, we have technology providers who will perform much of the heavy lifting on the design, ensuring accessibility, security, scalability, interoperability, and enabling other new capabilities. Regulators and other public sector entities would provide the legal and regulatory frameworks around issuance, usage, and privacy. The business user would be an end user. Benefits here for them will depend on how innovatively they integrate CBDC for corporate use. Merchants in the bottom left of the figure make CBDC use possible for business users by enabling payments at the POS and online. And finally, we have financial and payment service providers who will facilitate payments and conduct compliance. And here in this table, we have a brief overview of the benefits of a CBDC ecosystem for its players. For central banks, it's an opportunity to provide its monetary sovereignty, improve financial inclusion for its citizens, and foster further innovation. Both technology providers and financial service providers should treat CBDC as an invitation to create new products and services, and perhaps reshaping their business models. For regulators, a CBDC ecosystem could pave the way for emerging digital public infrastructures that might make public systems easier to use for end users. And finally, business users and merchants stand to benefit the most from a CBDC ecosystem, which should reduce costs of payments, improve efficiency and security, and introduce new features such as programmability. Altogether, these can open up new areas of economic activity. And once merchants and businesses fully integrate CBDCs into their operations, it can have a transformative effect on the economy.
Patience is key. And I'm going to go back to this. Interoperability and regulatory compliance are the next on their list to address, which is absolutely huge. So there you go, guys. Really buzzing today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. All the best, and I'll catch you later.